What's up, everybody? I am Lil Jamie's Struggle Dreadlocks, better known as Good. I couldn't even get it out. Better known as Corn, and welcome back to the show. How you doing? How your mama and them? How's everybody? All right, cool. Nice to meet you. Sit down. Get ready for the show. Okay. Before we get started, make sure that y'all do what you're supposed to do when you come to somebody's YouTube house. You like, you share, you subscribe, and at any point when you feel the need and you feel necessary, you feel a aching in your back, you feel a stress on your chest, make sure you go ahead and leave a comment down below. Okay, we love to see it. Now, let's get into the review of this show. Now, let me just go ahead and let y'all know now. Okay, let me let y'all know now. I'm not about to be wasting a whole bunch of time with all of the small minutia of this show. I'm going to be talking about what's funny. I'm going to be talking about what's interesting. And I also want to talk about what I want to talk about. And what I want to talk about is what y'all want to talk about. So we're going to be talking about the same thing. So let's just go ahead and get started with this episode. Okay, so I guess we might as well just go ahead and talk about the big pink elephant in the room, which is that Chris and Monique are no longer here. I guess let's have a moment of silence for the Samuels. All right, we're done. All right, cool. It was great. Thank you for introducing us to the girls, Monique. That was all that you was really here for anyway. Like I've already said previously that, oh, wait, by the way, if you are a Monique stan, please, do yourself a favor, okay? Come here with an unbiased opinion and an open heart and love on your sleeve, because I ain't going back and forth with you bitches about Monique, okay? Listen, I don't hate the girl. I don't dislike her really. I'm indifferent towards Monique. Monique was never really interesting to me on Potomac. I think the most interesting thing about her was the fact that she was beautiful beyond all belief, and the fact that she irritated Giselle's skin because she was so beautiful and she had everything that Giselle wanted. But other than that, Monique was not interesting on Potomac. She just was not. She just wasn't. And she also brought that same energy to this show. So much so that when I was watching Carlos King's show the other day, Erana and it was telling us that she was tainting their first season experience because she was telling them this is how you're supposed to act on reality TV. Lo and behold, that's why we had that boring ass first season last year. Now we're on a new horizon and we are on a better trajectory, as we can tell by this first episode was entirely better than the whole last season, which I enjoyed a little bit of last season. I enjoyed it. I think that there were some interesting parts. Ashley and Winter, I think that they were the most interesting parts of the show. Monique was just a background character. She was background noise to me, and I'm glad she's gone. I'm sorry. So, au revoir, Monique. See you in Ghana. See you in Egypt, or wherever the hell it is that you be going with your little locks and your little head wrap, mama. See you, Miss Thing. Won't miss you. All right, moving on. So what I really want to talk about on this episode, for real, I really want to talk about the Jamie versus Jamie conversation outside on that balcony. Because I, as a child born in the 90s, yeah, I'm talking to you, Jamie, Big J. I'm talking to you, okay? We got something to talk about. Because I don't like how y'all motherfuckers like to group all of us 90s babies together. First of all, 90s babies are not entitled. Us millennials, we're not entitled and we are not spoiled. That is, and you are right. It is on the parents. Like you said at the end of this episode when you said, all y'all kids want to do is blame the parents. Y'all DC niggas with them thick ass accents, bitch, y'all be killing me, taking me down. Y'all want to blame the parents. It's parents. It's parents. It's parents. P-A-R, like not parents, parents. But okay, back to the show. Let me try to go. Do I want to go in order? We're, like I said, we are about to be talking about the interesting shit. Like, I want to use this platform as a way to have conversations about the interesting topics on the show. Okay? So, should I skip ahead to the Jamie versus Jamie thing since I'm already on it? Or should I talk about Joy and Clifton's fine ass? We're gonna start with Joy and Clifton, okay? Stick around for the Jamie versus Jamie because I promise you I think that it is going to create some good conversation, okay? Especially for you parents that was born in the 70s and the 90s and the 60s and all that other shit trying to come for us, okay? Because I got a thing or two to tell y'all. Y'all not about to be talking to us like that, okay? Y'all not doing it. We're not doing that. We're not having it. Okay, anyway. Joy and Clifton. I like Joy and Clifton. When I tell you that them niggas just got a sexual chemistry out of this world, like they are a walking, talking orgasm. Like they look at each other like they just want to tell the cameras like, bitch, you can stay or you can go. But I want you to know in about 4 seconds, it's going down. Face down, ass up, everything's moving. Couches, tables, on the tabletop, on the roof, on the grass, bitch. We are taking this house down. And you can stay or you can leave. And let me tell you something, Joy and Clifton. If y'all, I don't know why I got this pen. If y'all, like I'm somebody damn teacher. If y'all ever want to get out of reality TV, let me tell you what you got on your hands, okay? Y'all have a multi-million-dollar business in your sexual chemistry alone. Okay, just the sexual tension just oozes off y'all. Y'all have that honeymoon bliss, like just dripping all over y'all, and it is just so cute to see. Like on a serious note, it is so cute to see a newlywed couple just so blissfully in love and all this shit. Like we love to see it. We love to see it. Joy, me, you gonna have a problem towards the end of this episode though, because we got some things to talk about, honey girl. Okay, you know I still like you. The verdict ain't out yet. But we got some things to talk about. Okay? We do. All right. So what else is there to talk about? Okay, Ashley and Quick had a conversation about parenting. They had a conversation about parenting and they are discussing Ashley mommying, babying her son, and Quick being like, you need to cut the cords now before our son end up like Lil Jamie. And what I'm not about to do is be chasing after no motherfucking 26-year-old nigga because it ain't happening, okay? It ain't happening. You need to nip that shit in the bud now because my son ain't about to be out here 26 with no job and asking me for $100 every week. It's just not happening with his little struggle dreads. It's not happening. Okay? So, here's the thing, right? Ashley is like, they're both coming from a place of trauma. Ashley is like, I dealt with neglect from my mother. My mom neglected me and it forced me to have to grow up really fast. And I never want to be remembered as that kind of mama. That's her position. His position is, well, I lost my mama at 10 and I wound up just fine. So I'm living proof that if you cut the cord early, this nigga gonna be all right. He gonna figure it the fuck out. And here's the thing, right? Y'all need, instead of arguing and bickering over really petty shit, I do think that both of y'all have points. I think that a 14-year-old is still a kid. I know that we think that, oh, it's 4 years until he's grown and we want to make sure that we have an adult on our hands. But I really need for Black people in general to really reframe the way that they think about parenting, because your children are not adults when they turn 18. They don't go to sleep 17 and then wake up 18, and they don't go to sleep a child at 17 and then wake up an adult at 18. Yes, legally, in terms of the law, that is an adult, okay? And he is subject to all of the terms and conditions that America binds you to as an adult. We got that, okay? But as his parents, y'all as his parents, and I hope that y'all want to be good and responsible parents, y'all are supposed to be still nurturing this young person into a full-fledged adult. And I personally think that by the time that child is like 24 is when that child is ready to be like, okay, that by the time the child is 24, I think that's when the wheels are off. You know, like you are letting this kid fly. But here's the thing, okay? Simple solution for y'all. Simple solution. Just thought of this on the spot. Y'all are having a conversation about, we understand the bigger conversation, right? But here is how you take that big conversation and condense it down into small, actionable items, okay? What you do is you get the boy an alarm clock, okay? You get the boy an alarm clock, not on his phone. No, oh no, oh no. Not on his phone. What you do is you go down to the damn Dollar Tree or to the Target or somewhere, to the goddamn Piggly Wiggly or wherever y'all country, or y'all not country, y'all, this ain't Huntsville, this is DC. So wherever y'all go to get your electronics, you go and get you an analog clock. One of them with a real ugly ass alarm too. If you got one that you can program your own ugly ass alarm, like you get a cock-a-doodle-doo, or you get my alarm. When I tell you my alarm is so fucking disturbing and so obnoxious, it wakes up everybody. And I know my neighbors be annoyed because it is so loud and my ass will sleep through it because that's just me. But normal people shouldn't be able to sleep through that. Like I have birds chirping on my phone that like it gradually gets louder. Like so it'll start like beep, 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 beep until like full blown bird choir. It is ridiculous. So what y'all do is y'all go get that clock, you set it up, you give him a few weeks to get adjusted to it and see how he's adjusting and see, you know, if he's able to start waking himself up on his own. You got to start weaning him off of you, right? You displace it onto something else into the point to where he can start to wake his own self up. But if that doesn't work, right? What you can do, now you gotta start treating a little nigga like a baby, for real. Like, okay, well, you 14 years old, you're almost 15. We're trying to give you some more freedom but with that freedom comes a little more responsibility. So if you still wanna be treated like a child, what I will do is act like you are a child. And now your bedtime is 7 o'clock. So after we eat dinner, it's time for you to go to bed. Lights out, phones out, TV's out, door open, everything else off. And have that alarm clock right next to his bed. I promise you, little man will start waking up on his own. Little man will start waking up on his own. But Ashley, what you are gonna have to do, because I don't think that either one of y'all are stupid, and this answer that I just came up with is not hard to come across. What y'all are going to have to do, what you are going to have to do, Ashley, is that you are going to have to prepare yourself to let go of that leash a little bit. You're going to have to let go of the tether. You're going to have to clip the umbilical cord. You're going to have to let go of some of these strings. And I know that that's hard for you because of the particular mother that you had, but you see the opposite. You see the end result of babying and overparenting and coddling. You see the end result. We looking at them struggle dreads over there, mama. Stay with me. Stay with me. All right. And quick, stop talking to her like that, okay? Ashley with that big old... Listen. Stop talking to Ashley like that, okay? Because Ashley is one fine piece of woman. That is one good-looking woman. Ashley, it's just like, ma'am, you could have left any of the ass at the department store. And I'm not saying that you bought your ass because it looks real. And if it is fake, mama. I remember her talking about her ass last season. I don't know if she said it was real or fake. I think she said it was real. But if it is fake, what you need to do is link the girls to your to your doctor. All right, anyway. So moving on from that conversation, we are going to skip ahead to we're gonna go to Joy versus Ashley. So we get to we get to Jason's party, which, by the way, was one of the most heartfelt scenes that I've seen on reality TV in a very, very long time. Like watching Big Jamie get choked up like that over his son, and because last season I could tell that Jamie, his reluctance to letting Jason leave wasn't because he wanted him to follow in his footsteps, or he wanted him to follow his exact plan. He just didn't want to lose his son. And knowing that this Doors program was going to pull him away from him, I think that was more of Jamie's reluctance to letting him go. Like, Jamie, you not this big old tough ass nigga. Like, you gonna need to stop acting like that. You love your sons, and that's okay. Stop acting like that. All right? You a big ass softy, and it's all right. Because if you want a big ass softy, little Jamie. All right. So Joy. Joy brings up that she is going to be singing at Steve and Marjorie Harvey's foundation for Ready to Love people for single moms. And Ashley points out, like, oh, Joy, you ain't got no kids. Why are you speaking to single mothers? Okay, so what I'm taking from it is that Joy is singing at this event, and then they're also using whatever fee that they was to pay her to sing. They're also just lumping her into the speaking category, because honestly, if I'm planning this event, I would not be asking a woman without children to speak at a single mother's event, unless it was cheap. It was a cheaper way to do things, and she already gonna be there, so she might as well speak. Now that's what I'm thinking, right? And what I think about Joy is Joy just thinks that this is a paid opportunity and I don't want to turn it down, and I'm going to go and do my best. And which is like, okay, cool, girl, go get your coin or whatever. But it's like, if you are supposed to be there as a Ready to Love influencer, it's just strange that they would lump you in with single mothers and you are not a single mother. And what I don't like about Joy is what I don't like that she displayed on this episode is you were being overly sensitive for no reason, because you took that as a discredit to you as a speaker and you as a person. And then that to me is when it clicked, oh, this is personal for you. This has nothing to do with you trying to inspire or uplift single mothers. This has all to do with your ego and your resume, I'm assuming. And you just probably checking something off the box oh, I spoke at Marjorie and Steve's event. Cool. And collect your check. And it's hey, I ain't got no problem with it. But it's also don't get so defensive when mothers are telling you that it is strange. And then one of those women, I think, was a single mother, and she's ready to love or whatever. She was I'm ready to love all day. But it's a difference when you're a single mother who is ready to love, because I also have to think about this human being that I'm raising and who I have to bring around him, and all of the ways that I have to navigate around or navigate life now with this person attached to me for the next some odd years, as a single mother. And just as a single mother in general, I think it's harder to date because a lot of men act like they don't want a ready-made family. They don't want to, and I say act like because I don't know, girl. I don't know nothing about single mothers and trying to date single mothers, girl. That's not my lane. That's not what I'm doing. So I probably shouldn't even be talking about this shit. But one could only assume, that men generally don't really care to date single mothers. That's what I've heard, at least. So, y'all can correct me if I'm wrong. I know that men, they'll sleep with anybody, but they have some hesitation towards like building a family with a single mother. So, whereas like on the flip side, women are ready to do it all the time. And if I was Joy, what I would have done was like flip it, like, yeah, I am talking to single mothers, but I'm also married to a single father. So it's not like I don't have any experience with children in my life because I'm now about to be a bonus mom. And so I am going to relate to them from this angle, not necessarily from their perspective, but from the perspective of somebody without children coming into a relationship with somebody with children. So it could be like, oh, you could have reframed the entire conversation to like, this is my perspective on it, as a single person without children. That's just me. That's how I would have flipped it because, like at the end of the day, like they did bring up some very valid points. And I don't think that they were discrediting you, in which that's how you took it. And then like Clifton came in and like to save the day or whatever. And then she was like, and I'm gonna knock it out the park. It's like, Joy, calm down. Okay, girl, because nobody was discrediting you as a speaker. Nobody was discrediting you as a singer or a performer or somebody with a story to tell. I'm sure you're going to do great. But it is odd. But it is odd. Like, they couldn't have got, I don't know, fucking I'm about to say Moniece. Okay. So now let's go and get into what I really want to talk about. Girl, let me adjust my seat real quick because Lil Jamie, come here. Come here. Let me talk to you. Let me talk to you, niece. Let me talk to you, niece. Cause Jamie, you really, really, really got some growing up to do. You got some growing up to do. Okay? And actually, let me back up. Because I don't want to present this as, I don't want to add to the, what am I trying to get at? I don't want to add to the attack, right? Because what I feel like is Jamie feels attacked by everybody because he lacks drive, he lacks ambition, and he has no determination, and he's just on a downward spiral, right? Those things just kind of look like facts to me. I feel like this is what everybody is trying to say to you. And a lot of it does have to do with your rearing, with the way that you were raised, right? And in a lot of ways, I resonate with that because as a little kid, I remember always thinking like, I don't know what I want to do. I don't know who I want to be when I grow up. I would dibble and dabble and this and that, and I don't think that I ever really found my passion. I still kind of haven't. I don't ever think that I really found my passion. So for me, it was always like so hard, like watching everybody else fall in love with what they wanted to do. One of my best friends right now, he's a designer. Like he designs for all of the girls in the celebrity world, the rap girls and all that shit. Like he's a very well-known, well-respected designer. My other best friend, she is a celebrity hairstylist. And one of my other best friends, she is one of my other best friends, she's in the military, and I think some of y'all know this, but some of y'all don't. I used to be in the military. I'm a vet. Hey, y'all. Um, and a lot of people that I know, like, they are just blossoming in their careers, even at this point in life, right? So I had always been somebody who I just didn't know what I wanted to do, but I didn't have people, I did not have people that I could depend on in order to facilitate the life that I wanted to live, right? So I had to go outside and I had to get it on my own. And I think I knew that very, very early on that, like, these people ain't gonna get this shit for me, so I have to get it for me. So I started doing little jobs here and there, and I really didn't like them. I joined the military, didn't like that. I'm in school now. I'm doing things. I'm working. I'm doing, I'm going through life as somebody without a financial safety net. Like, if I don't pay my rent, it's to the streets. If I don't if I don't pay my car note, it's to the bus. If I don't buy groceries, it's to the child line. So I don't have that support from parents and grandparents and all these other people, because those people are trying to make ends meet. Those people are still struggling and doing what they need to do. So I always knew that I had to get it on my own. Whether I had dreams and whether I knew what I was going to do with life or not. You are very blessed. You are very, very blessed. And I wish you knew how blessed you was, because you have two parents and clearly a grandmother and clearly a girlfriend, I guess, who would do just about anything for you if they just saw just probably like a smidge of humility, respect. If you show just a little bit of I give a fuck, if you put up just a little bit of a fight, if you just said, okay, goddamn, I'm gonna go and join Job Corps. Shit, I don't know what the fuck it is I want to do. I'm gonna go and join. It's a whole bunch of trades out there: medical billing, LVN, RN, or whatever them goddamn programs is, child. There's so many programs out there. Mechanic, like, there's so many things that you can just do to pass the time in order to get yourself by until you run across something that you would enjoy. I don't know. I don't want to spend too much time on a soapbox preaching to you, but I feel like I just want you to understand that you have people that give a fuck and people that you can call on at any moment when something goes wrong. Not a lot of us have that. Ashley ain't got it. Ashley didn't have it. That's why Ashley said she had to grow up very, very quickly. And I know that if I was a parent, I would be exactly like Ashley. That's why I have a soft spot for her in the way that she's raising her kids, because I don't know if I could be that parent that cut the string so quickly. Seeing y'all niggas on TV though, it'll change some things though. It'll inspire some different type of movement. But okay, Big Jamie, let me talk to you. Honestly, I don't think that you made any mistake here. I don't know, because certain kids, you have to meet them where they're at, which I'm sure you have. But I don't think that you will get anything accomplished by flying off on him the way that you do. Nothing is going to get accomplished. The only thing that is going to create some change is by cutting the fucking strings. And I know that is very hard to do because no parent really, well, you know, the good parents out there, they don't want to lose a relationship with their child. So y'all know that y'all are dancing on the fine line, and I think that he knows that y'all don't really want to lose him, so y'all not going to do too much. But I definitely think that it's time that this little nigga learns that fat meat is greasy. Fat meat is greasy. It is time for this nigga to beat the street. Like if your girlfriend and their family doing so much for you, my nigga, go out there and go make a life. Go have fucking fun. See you on Christmas, see you on New Year's, see you on whatever holiday, see you on your birthday, bitch. But you are not welcome into this house. You can't live here until you do something. Something. I don't even think that he gets it. Like, I don't think that y'all would mind giving him extra shit on top of what it is that he earns if he needs something else. But this nigga don't want to do nothing. But all of this ain't about kids born in the 90s. As you so eloquently mentioned in Carlos King's YouTube video the other day. As you so eloquently, as you articulated perfectly, that the parents born in the 70s, this is on y'all. Y'all did this to the kids in the 90s. They are nothing but products of the way that you raised them. Okay? So, let's be clear. This ain't the kids in the 90s problem. It's y'all, okay? And a lot of us are doing just great. A lot of us are doing just fine. But, okay. So, Lil Jamie storms out. She takes her little struggle dreads. She gets to pumping. She pumps. And then she falls out in the middle of the hallway like a queen. And then here comes daddy, come outside like, boy, what is wrong with you, child? And now these niggas about to get to tussling. And honestly, I'm gonna tell y'all something right now, and this may be a little bit of a shocker, okay? I believe that when you get to a certain age, honestly, I don't know if it's even about an age thing. Once you get to the age where you feel like you can buck up at me, you can take a swing at me, your father, your uncle, your brother, your whatever. When you feel like you are big enough to do that to me, then now you are old enough for me to knock your ass the motherfuck out. You are old enough for me to knock some sense into you. You're old enough for me to take you by your little struggle thread and bam your ass. Bow, bow, bow. So next week, I can't wait to see the continuation of this. Obviously, I do hope that Jamie and Jamie work things out. I hope that Jamie get up off his sorry ass and get it together. But I'm totally on Jamie's side with this. Big Jamie. I'm totally on Jamie's side. Just stop blaming all this 90s babies because all of us ain't sorry. That's your fault with you and your kids, ain't it? But all right, y'all. To all us 90s babies, it was real. It was nice. I love to see you. Love to love you. And I will talk to y'all next week.